I've spent most of my walk, I've actually spent running from God instead of just running to Him. I started doing drugs and smoking and all that mess when I was about 12, and I mean, including the drugs, everything. And I had an encounter with God when I was 29, and He delivered me from that mess in one night. So I was involved in a Pentecostal church, which was kind of crazy, and things went haywire, and my family got ripped apart. And through that, my sister was living here in Charleston. She said, "You just need to come for a visit." And I came for a visit, and I never left. I started going to Cathedral about 97, and my walk's been up and down, I guess like a lot of people, just up and down, crazy. And in 2010, 11, somewhere in that neighborhood, I pretty much walked away from the church as a whole. And through some other events and things, I got full of bitterness and unforgiveness and anger. And that poisoned me. That is definitely like swallowing poison, hoping the other person gets sick. It just doesn't work that way. It's a nightmare. And I was just about at the end of my rope. I actually was. And I was so angry with God. Oh my God, I was so angry. I said things and did things, and I figured, well, yeah, I'm done. And what I've done, he's not gonna forgive that. I actually thought God just hated me and cursed me, to be honest with you. And it was crazy how isolating yourself and letting the bitterness and anger and all that just take you over. What did it do to you? It will kill you. It really will. It will drive you into the ground in ways you can't imagine. I had reconnected with some of my friends at Cathedral, but kept them at a distance. I'd show up once in a while, and there was times I'd show up, I wouldn't go past the coffee shop. It's like, I'm sitting here, I want nothing to do with this place. I don't. Two of my friends, Cindy and Kurt, had talked me into going to the trip to Israel. I had so much riding on this trip. I mean, if something didn't happen, and I wasn't giving God an ultimatum, but if something didn't happen, I don't know that I'd be here. Anywhere. I was at that point. I was that bad. I think it was our first morning. I was down there at 6 o'clock the first morning for breakfast, and I was the only one down there, and there's Pastor Mike, and he looks up at me and says, "Hey, how you doing?" And he came over and sat down, and we got into a pretty lengthy discussion that morning. And Pastor Mike had a way of opening up and sharing with me, and showed me I did fit, and in a way that I couldn't see. I guess for the first time, I felt like I was a part of something. And that's rough. It still hits me now because I hadn't felt a part of anything for a long time. God used that trip to get me back on track. I come back with some hope in me. I hadn't had that in a long time. I didn't have hope, didn't have no dreams, nothing. It doesn't matter how deep you go. If your heart is truly repentant and you come back to God, He'll take you back. I don't need to tell people about God. I need to show them what God can do with somebody, and how the Holy Spirit can move in somebody's life. And I hope I can. I hope. I haven't said that in a long time. I hope. I hope.